everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel, where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum, and you know that this is the Fender to Project Spirit. Now, in this particular video, I'm just touching up a couple of spots, just dropping a little bit of a little bit of weld in a couple of spots. For the most part, I fixed all the rust holes on this, and let me tell you, there was a rust hole back here on the back side of this fender that, I kid you not, was actually larger than the end of my fist. I didn't realize it was that bad till I started welding, and it started blowing right through, because this is still pretty thick steel. So the welder I'm using is an arc welder. Now, I know some of you out there would say, well, MIG would be better, and you're absolutely right. But the problem is MIG welders cost a lot more than an arc welder. And at the time, that was what we could afford. So how do you do that? You got to turn the heat down a lot. And you got to get it to where it just starts burning in. Then you could do your business. But you still have to be very careful because you could blow through. Unfortunately, because where some of this metal was, that's exactly what happened. It started blowing through the rust. I didn't realize it was that bad. Okay? So there's a couple of lessons that you could say dear old Prince Magnum learned. Just because it doesn't look that bad doesn't mean it isn't, it's not that bad. Looks can be deceiving. So when it comes to rust, again and again and again, you always hear me say, take your time, make sure you got it all. Thankfully, we did get all of this. So pretty much from here, we're going to be grinding away at this fender, getting this down to a smooth surface. And then the next step is, of course, getting the last of the paint off of it, and then getting body putty on here. And if I find any other rust holes along the way, we have to take care of those as well. So those are the major factors. And if you guys wonder what it looks like welding on camera, well, here's a real quick clip.
Born from the ashes of a broken land, most people ever taught me to stand. They preach their words, but I feel no flame. I carry the old blood, not their name.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's just constantly, you're going to have to make adjustments. With arc welders, actually any welder for that matter, you might have to move your ground every now and again because maybe you're too far away from the ground. From time to time, you might have to turn down your heat. You might have to turn it up. That's just the nature of arc welding. Arc welding is the easiest of all the welding. MIG welding a little bit more. And those of you, I've never used a TIG welder, so those of you out there who use TIG welders, tell me what it's like. Okay? I don't know. I don't have any experience with TIG welding, so I can't say. But I know when it comes to arc welding, it's no-brainer stuff. And I'm actually pretty good with an arc welder. So pretty much from here, we do a little bit of grinding, a little bit of sanding. We get the fender ready. And, of course, then, once it's all nice and smooth, we let a little bit of body putty over it. And really quick, again, I say body putty because the most common, yes, is the Bondo body putty. But it's not the only one out there. I've seen other companies making body putty, so don't think that Bondo's the only one. That's like you hear me say that all the time. Some people notoriously, they'll name like a brand, as like the overall for, a particular something. And that's not even the case, okay? Trying to think of an easy one right off the top of my head. Okay, slow cookers, okay? The one we always think of when it comes to slow cookers is the crock pot, right? Well, everybody calls every slow cooker out there a crock pot. And that's not true because Walmart has its own brand of slow cooker. Crock pot is a name brand. So just like with body putty or body filler, okay, it literally says fast dry filler, okay? And the company that makes this brand of body putty is 3M. Their version of it is called Bondo, okay? So that is a name brand. So, you know, I know, it's like, but I've always known it as Bondo. But you kind of said it wrong. I mean, no one's really going to throw a huge fit about it, but I'm just pointing out the obvious, okay? So, pretty much from here, we grab our grinder, we take down the welds a little bit. I'll show you guys what that kind of looks like afterwards, and we'll talk a little bit about it, and go from there. Be fun.
Oh, me and my baby, we got a plan. Oh yeah, tools in hand, we saw the land. She's got the wrench, I'm on the jack. 1975, bringing spirit back. Rusty dreams, but we don't care. We don't care. A little elbow grease, love fills the air. Project spirit, rolling down the line, shining bright like it's 1975. Ooh, yeah. Project spirit, feel that engine hum. Me and my lady making memories, one by one. Got chrome to polish, paint to lay, sand in the body, we're working all day. She hums the tune, I catch the groove, tighten that bow, yeah, we're on the move. It's not just a car, it's a...
Okay, folks, I know on the camera it's going to look flashy and everything, but if you're new to the world of welding, I don't care, you know, if, you know, in all honesty, I get it. You know, some of you out there really don't think that this would be a problem, but there's this thing that happens whenever you get a lot of light from, say, something like a welder, okay? You get this thing called flash burn in your eyes, and flash burn is no joke, all right? You'll be pretty much blind for a day, so make sure that you wear some sort of protection for your eyes. Now, I know there's a lot more expensive, you know, welding helmets out there. I never really liked them. Made me feel a little claustrophobic, okay? Some people like them. Rock them, okay? I get it. I like these ones that are very simple. They're just a set of welding goggles, okay? I don't feel as claustrophobic. And I'm not even claustrophobic. I just don't like the helmets, all right? But they flip up, allow me to look at the work, and then close them and protect my eyes. But again, you know, a full face shield, I don't care if it's something this damn cheap like this, okay? Make sure that you protect your eyes when working around things like, you know, when you're welding, because if you don't, you know, your eyesight's the one that's going to pay for it. So take care of them eyes. You only have one set. Okay, now, again, there's going to be moments where it's like, you know, trying to get this thing to work right and everything. That's just the nature of arc welding. Some days you're hot on it and you nail it every time. Other days, not so much. But there's a couple little cracks here in the fender that I feel are just a little bit too deep for body putty. So the last thing that I want to do is leave those cracks exposed. You know, kind of cracks in the weld where it didn't quite match up. So I want to get a little bit of weld in there, make sure it burns in there real good. That way we don't take a chance in this rusting again later on down the road. Remember, folks, you don't want to go more than 1/8 of an inch thick on body putty because it doesn't actually protect. Body putty is a filler. It's just a cosmetic thing, so you don't see all the blemishes from what you had to repair. Okay, it doesn't do anything to stop rust, and it doesn't actually seal anything. If anything, it can hold more moisture against it. That's why the experts always tell you, make sure it's super, you know, get it as thin as you can, all right? All right, we got the one that I was really worried about the most, because it is a pretty good size, and had to layer it up a little bit because where the crack was, it tried to blow through. But, you know, let me give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, as you can see, that's where there was a big crack in there. And what we had to do is we had to get this where it's down to like little pinholes. I'm okay with that, okay? I'm okay with the little pinholes, kind of like that up there and that, okay? Body putty will take care of that, no problem. But there was a good size like crevice where it was just that the welds weren't quite matching up. So the smart thing to do, weld it back up one more time and you're good to go. Now while we're at it, over here talking about, you know, the issues that we had with there used to be a big giant rust hole up here. Now I'm going to have to touch it up right here and everything, which is no big deal. But this whole corner was rusted and I didn't know it. And as I went to kind of touch it up, it literally blew a hole right through here. But so I had to reshape that entire corner. Now the way that I reshaped it, I think you guys will appreciate. Okay. Well, it actually goes the other way. There. So once I get a little bit of body putty right there, you know, and fill that right, you won't even be able to notice that that was there. So quite literally, we got that fixed. Okay. So again, take your time on this, and it comes out very, very nicely. But the big problem was over here. Again, this all the way out here, that was nothing but rust. And now I could have taken and cut out this and put in brand new stuff. I know there's a lot of people that say you could have tack welded in through a MIG weld, but all I got is an arc welder, so I had to, you know, I thought it was just like so big, I'm like, oh shoot, I could fill that, no problem. Then it got into this, and I realized it was a lot worse than what I thought. So again, rust is one of those things. Take your time. Take your time. Alright, so we pretty well, I mean that's, so if any of you guys out there have been wondering, Prince Magnum, why haven't we seen a whole lot? What's to really show? Okay. This is about as exciting as it gets right now with Project Spirit. It's winter time, it's cold outside, and what's to really show? Okay. So for you guys out there, you know, that wanted kind of an update, this is the best update I can give you. You know, the work's still happening, you're just not seeing it. Okay. And I get out here as often as I can and do as much as I can. Unfortunately, life still happens whether I want it to or not. Okay? But in the meantime, get on over to Patreon. $1 a month grants you access to Cinnamon's Discord, and of course helps fund projects like this. Of course, in a roundabout way, because I have to, because right now, you know, we're in the, you know, I guess you could say we're trying to get that built up and everything. So I have to invest the money, make a little bit of money off of it, then be able to put it back in the projects. But you guys help me with that, okay? Along with that, get over to Teespring. We got merchandise of all sizes and shapes. Get over there, check it out. There might be something that grabs your eye, including the soon-to-be going away Project Spirit logo. We're going to be doing a brand new logo for Project Spirit. So, in the meantime, from there, get out there and work on a project. Don't care what it is, just do something with yourselves. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet. Do something special for them today. And as always, for every last one of you out there, no one out there has told you that they love you today. Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.
Fire in hand, said they own the spirit, they own the land, but the window's no master. This earth ain't theirs, never was, not now. We won't kneel, we won't break our hearts, our mountains can't shake.
Wrong, you hear me? Wrong. This is wrong. me, my brains are...